Forever chemicals, known as PFAS, has been linked to cause cancers. PFAS, or forever chemicals, are only produced by manufacturers and has been found in recent studies of newborn babies, ice sheets in the Arctic that no man has ever touched before. It's also in our rain. They're everywhere. They're in everything. People are now trying to really reduce their exposure and contact to these forever chemicals by getting rid of nonstick pans, trying to donate blood to get rid of them. Why is it now safe for farmers to spray this on our crops? Let's dig into this juicy news article, forever chemicals, pesticides, crops. In this article, this is on the EPA website. EPA debunks false claims that agency recently approved forever chemicals, pesticides. Let's dive into this and see what they're really saying here. They're saying that PFAS or forever chemicals are not. They're safe because of the specific EPA definition. This was released in 2025, by the way. This has been put into play by Biden, and it's finally now live. The EPA says that in 2023, rulemaking, this is the Office of Pollution Prevention and Toxins, is defined as PFAS is in a way that requires 2 or more fluorinated carbons. So maybe let's dive into what even a fluorinated carbon even is. Therefore, chemicals with only 1 fluorinated carbon, single fluorination, aren't PFAS under their new definition. So if you're looking at this type of molecule, this is exactly what a carbon would look like with 1 fluorinated. And so they're saying if it's 1, it's not a forever chemical. The technical definition is if it's more than 1, so 2, 3 fluorines on carbon. They're saying no human health risks are concerned when using these types of forever chemicals. So the release says EPA reviewed toxicity and exposure data, including child, developmental consideration, chronic, and reproductive impacts, environmental fate, and exposure, and concluded there are no human health risks of concern when these pesticides are being sprayed according to the label. They're even saying that it's safer than pesticides. This argues that the newer products went through FRA registration process and are an improvement compared to the older chemicals. They're also kind of mentioning if you're worried, you should buy organic, but also organic still uses pesticides. I think that's kind of like this could be a huge rabbit hole that we go down. What is really organic farming versus regular farming? I think a lot of people right away think that organic farming is all safe and butterflies and good for you. Yes and no and maybe. It all depends. That's the science way. This episode is brought to you by Gaia's Garden Goods. We are giving you a fun fact of the day. Did you know that plants get jet lag? Not really like how humans do, but they still can track daylight and nighttime. Plants, like humans, also have a circadian rhythm they use to help regulate photosynthesis. While it's pretty unlikely that plants are flying around, but if you put them in darkness when there should be light, it will take them a few days to adjust. This fun fact is covered in an amazing book called What a Plant Knows by Daniel Champovitz. This is something I learned in plant physiology. They have a specific system of number of hours that they need light and a certain number of hours that they need to sleep in. And if you adjust them, it actually adjusts the growing period and might even stunt the blooms to flowers. And this is all because of a photoreceptor called phytochrome, which absorbs blue light and sends signals to regulate internal clocks of the plant. This can also be found in humans, so you probably relate to this a little bit. Thank you, Gaia's Garden Goods, for sponsoring this episode. Let's get back to the episode. Yeah, so just so you know, organic does not mean pesticide-free, but let's save that maybe for a different time. Their whole controversy debate really is Biden term approved that forever chemicals are pesticides. It's not a forever chemical because it only has that 1 fluorinated carbon compared to the forever chemicals, PFAS has more than one. So maybe a good question is, why are we even using this? Like, why do we need, like, is this the last resort for helping our crops with pests? Like, why are we even using PFAS? And this is not just the United States. It says on this article, the safety of these single fluorinated carbons have been validated by regulatory agencies worldwide, including European Union. We got United Kingdom, we got Canada, Australia, Brazil, Argentina, New Zealand, and South Korea. So I guess the pesticides work better at lower amounts. So this is kind of what I wanted to do further research on this. Like, why are we even doing this? I think, because it's a loophole. Like, hey, now they're not classified as that. So, like, we can just use that, probably cheaper, more efficient. You need less concentration, saving money, better target binding, I guess, higher potency, more chemical stability, and it's probably something new that the plants aren't used to. We haven't built up that resistance yet. This is kind of these are like half facts, half my opinion. So if you have seen this or maybe have known of somebody using these, or if you used it yourself with your farming, I'm very curious. I just want to know more. But yeah, in general, fluorine, I think, this goes for the fluorine, specifically why people are using fluorine in pesticides to begin with. Yeah, higher potency, better target binding. You need smaller doses per acre for the same effect. The CF carbon fluorine bond is very strong, so this pesticide can survive sunlight, heat, or metabolism long enough to actually protect the plants. Better fit for the properties, probably better movement into the plant or the pest tissues if you're going into the pest. Improves worldwide performance. What? Okay, why fluorine? Maybe another question would be, why do we use fluorine in common pharmaceuticals? That's a good question too. I'm sure it's probably cheap. I mean, I feel like we're money hungry, so why would we do something that's more money, you know? If it work, don't fix it. Yeah, this was just very concerning. I wanted to also cover the Dirty Dozen for this as well. These PFAS have been linked to certain cancers, like kidney cancer, testicular cancer, low birth weights, high cholesterol, pregnancy-induced hypertension. Like, none of this sounds good. Widely used pesticides are linked to more than double Parkinson's disease. I found a new article. This is June 13th, 2025. New popular produce items make annual Dirty Dozen list of contaminated foods. I'm not sure if this is PFAS specifically or just like pesticides in general. Life hack tip, grocery shopping tip. If you ever want to know if a food is actually organic, it always has a number 9 in front. You know, the little stickers that are so obnoxious. Like, why do we even have stickers on them? But the number will always start with a 9, and that will tell you if it's organic or not. Heads up. So Dirty Dozen, let's get into it. Spinach, makes sense. So anything probably with not a hard shelling, we'll have it. So strawberries, spinach, kale, mustard greens, collard greens, grapes, peaches, cherries, nectarines, pears, apples, blackberries, blueberries, potatoes. So yeah, those are something to look out for. I'll also... Okay, well, didn't mean to get you all depressed about our crops. Like, Kevin and I were talking about this. We're like, do we just have to grow all of our own food to even trust what we're eating? And I think the answer is yes. So, you know, if anybody wants to start a commune and just grow all of your food, or like 80 to 90% of your food, hit us up, you know? Let's go. All right, well, please subscribe to the podcast. Please comment down below what's going on. What's some food that you're like,
no, God, please, no!
I didn't even know. Did you know what PFAS was? Did I just freaking blow your mind with this episode? Well, thanks for joining this week's Flora Funga podcast, Juicy News. I love breaking down these articles, so please send me your juicy news. I want to break it down. Well, thank you for enjoying. Subscribe, please like. I'd love to stay in chat, but I gotta go garden some potatoes in my backyard now. All right, have a great week, my scientists, and go learn something new today. Peace.